following up on my critique of Kirsten Gwynn's Rolling Stone article and addressing a persistent myth that so-called high-capacity magazines contribute to the likelihood of gun-related murders. I came across a video on YouTube from 2007 that discussed the Clinton-era assault weapons ban and how it focused on the wrong things, which thus contributed to its ineffectiveness during the 10 years it was in force. What was most interesting to me from the clip was how it listed the top weapons that were traced to crime around the time the ban was set into place. Now, this is the sort of list Kirsten Gwynn should have used in her article. All of these were cheap firearms with an ammunition capacity of less than 7 rounds. Furthermore, none of them met the other criteria of so-called assault weapons, not having bayonet lugs, collapsible stocks, and so on and so forth. But since this list is based on 1994 data, I thought I'd try to find something more recent. And I found an online article at TonyRogers.com responding to a Time article from 2000 that listed 10 weapons that included all 5 from 1994 plus 5 more, the overwhelming majority of which fell into the cheap handgun category and all held about 10 rounds or less. Now, are you seeing a pattern here? Now, even 2000 is dated, so I tried finding something even more recent. And the best I could do was an article from the Chicago Sun-Times from 2012 listing the top 10 recovered guns from crime scenes between 2008 and 2010, with the added qualifier of having been purchased within a year of the crime committed, which I suspect was thrown in to help promote some sort of anti-gun narrative along. Again, you're finding mostly cheap guns, costing on average less than $300, predominantly high points, with a capacity of 10 rounds or less. The exceptions being the low-end Rugers and Smiths that appeared on the list. It's because criminals prefer weapons cheap enough to throw away, and even a Glock 17, for as relatively affordable as they are, represents too much of an investment to just simply dispose of. It makes no sense to hit a convenience store for less than $200 with a weapon that you have to throw away that sets you back about $450. The same is true for even entry-level ARs. A very basic Delton Sport will cost no less than $650, and that does not include optics nor ammunition to fill the magazine, which would tack on at least an extra $65 before the weapon can be considered somewhat effective to use. And of course, any rifle is not the most concealable weapon you can have on your person. So, the bottom line is, a lot of what hoplophobes tend to focus on in their crusades to ban weapons tend around weapons that they're just scared of, as opposed to what criminals actually use. Criminals don't tend to use AK-47s, nor AR-15s, nor Glocks. They prefer cheaper, inexpensive, throwaway weapons that they can conceal on their person.